Ladies and gentlemen, dear delegates, we will be starting in a short while, but before we start, I would like to tell you that we have a very, very interesting day lined up for you. We also have the next 2 days, but today we have, at the pre-inauguration plenary session, we have some excellent keynote speakers. They are the leaders of the industry. We have Dr. Bhaskar Ghosh, we have Professor Dr. Shogata Mitra, and Mr. Amitav Ray. That's the pre-inauguration plenary session. During the inauguration, we will have Mr. Talin Kumar as the chief guest, after which we will have the networking lunch, which is at the terrace. Post-lunch, ladies and gentlemen, dear delegates, this entire process is going to, the tracks are going to be divided into two, track A and track B. In track A, we'll have the Strategy and Leadership Forum, that is in Burn 2 and 3. And then in track B, we'll have the CIO Connect Forum in Burn 1, that is, which will be just behind you. Post-lunch, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have the STPI Export Awards 2015-16 West Bengal. And then again, we have three very interesting sessions with one keynote address by keynote speaker Mr. Shovandev Chattopadhyay. And the star attraction of the day, the highlight of the day, is of course a motivational keynote speech, "It's Never Too Late to Start," by renowned actor Boman Irani, which will be followed by dinner and cocktails in the terrace once again. And so I request all of you to make the most of today and for the next 2 days. While we wait for the program to start, a mention about the sponsors for the event. INFOCOM 2016 is supported by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, and Digital India Plan. Host state, Department of IT and Electronics, Government of West Bengal and WEBL. Gold sponsor, State Bank of India. Association partner, NASSCOM. Delegate partner, JIS University. Theme partner, Ericsson. Security Forum knowledge partner, Ernst & Young. Learning partner, Rice Education and Adamus University. Silver sponsor, NetMagic and NTT Communications Company. Partner state, Government of Jharkhand. Co-host, STPI. Keynote partner, Team Future. CIO dinner host, CIFI Technologies. Cybersecurity partner, Palo Alto Networks. Open source partner, Red Hat. Mobile partner, Lava. Digital partner, TCG Digital. Exchange partner, BSE SME. Cloud partner, Amazon Web Services. Maps and location partner, Map My India. The associate sponsors of this event are SBI Life Insurance Company, Capgemini, PwC, National Internet Exchange of India, Invenio Business Solutions, Experis IT, VMware, Redington, Sophos, MB Software, Indus Integrated Information Management, Dell EMC, National Stock Exchange of India, Trend Micro, Techno India Group, Avaya India, Arch Foundation, Team Computers, Pinnacle Infotech Solutions, SIDBI, Wow Momo. Enterprise Mobile Partner, Force Power. Community Partner, CISO Platform. Social Media Marketing Partner, Fame Per Second. Webcast Partner, 24 Frames Digital. Hackstars Partner, Indian School of Anti-Hacking. Hospitality Partner, Swiss Hotel, Kolkata. Venue Partner, City Center. And the event partner is Ballantyne's. This time, ladies and gentlemen, we are requesting you not to switch off your phones. Just put them on the silent mode because we would like to connect with you and through the INFOCOM mobile app. We'd like to connect with you on social media, join the conversations and follow the event. We are actively present on Facebook as INFOCOM Connect. Do like us to get the updates. On Twitter, find us at INFOCOM Connect. Join the conversations and tweet about INFOCOM. Share your experiences with hashtag disruptive innovation and hashtag INFOCOM 2016. On LinkedIn, we are present as ABP INFOCOM. For more details on the event, programs and speakers, we have the INFOCOM mobile app. You can now download our mobile app, INFOCOM Connect, from Google Play Store for Android users. And iOS users can also download the app from the iOS App Store to stay tuned into the conference. So please do not switch off your phones, connect with us and share your experience. Ladies and gentlemen, dear delegates, do visit the stalls which are just outside the conference halls. Also visit the stalls at the atrium in the City Centre Mall. There is an entry gate from the hotel itself. Our exhibitors are Adamus University, Association of Professional Academic Institutions, Forcepar Infotech, Goodrick Group, Indus Integrated Information Management Limited, GIS Group, Lava International, NetsMagic, SBI Life Insurance, Sophos Technologies, Stellar Information Technology, Team Computers, Team Future, Education and Healthcare, Usashi Real Estates Private Limited, Government of Jharkhand and Government of Bihar. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Great things happen when great minds meet. On behalf of ABP Group, I would like to welcome all of you to the 15th edition of INFOCOM, India's top business technology leadership conference, bringing together one of the largest congregations of ICT professionals, corporate leaders, academics, visionaries, and policymakers in the country. INFOCOM, the annual Information and Communication Technology Exposition, was initiated in 2002 and over the last 14 episodes of the event has emerged to be one of the largest platforms in the country where the IT experts and gurus of the corporate world interact with business users, policymakers and academicians with an objective to empower businesses with IT for greater advantage. We begin the day with the pre-inaugural plenary sessions. The opening session is based on the theme of the event, Transform, Disrupt, Transform. Ladies and gentlemen, dear delegates, we are very privileged to have with us our esteemed keynote speaker, Dr. Bhaskar Ghosh, Group Chief Executive, Accenture Technology Services. But before I call Dr. Ghosh onto the dais, I will take this honor to speak a few words about him. Dr. Bhaskar Ghosh is the Group Chief Executive, Accenture Technology Services, with overall responsibility for the Accenture Application Services business, spanning systems integration and application outsourcing. Additionally, he leads platforms, products, and global technology delivery. He is a member of the Accenture Global Management Committee. Previously, Dr. Ghosh led the Accenture Delivery Centers for Technology in India, and he was the Global Application Outsourcing Lead. He was also instrumental in building and managing the Accenture IT infrastructure service delivery capabilities within the Delivery Centers for Technology. Prior to joining Accenture in 2003, Dr. Ghosh was Vice President and Global Head of IT Infrastructure Management Services at Infosys. Earlier in his career, he held several senior positions with Philips in India, where he worked extensively with the consumer electronics industry. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as I welcome Dr. Bhaskar Ghosh onto the dais.
Good morning to all of you. It's really my pleasure to be the first speaker in this INFOCOM and start the program. Mr. D.D. Purakasto, executives of Anand Bazar Patrika Group, the delegates in this conference, my colleagues in the IT industry, it's really my pleasure and privilege to come here and share a few thoughts about the industry which is changing very fast. Today, the subject for this conference is transform, disrupt, transform. What can be more appropriate topic than this when whole industry is changing? Change is the only constant for the industry, for the mankind. But if we talk about the IT industry, the technology change is happening very fast over time, and that is changing the way we do the business, way we live. So in next 30 minutes, I'm going to take you to the journey how technology is changing, how we should change along with the technology, what is the impact of the technology to our business and to our society. So let me start with the technology waves. So if I talk about the 7 different trends in the industry of the technology waves, you will see that we have started early days with mainframe, then client server, then web commerce, then we have talked about big data analytics, IoT, smart machines, artificial intelligence. In these waves, if you see one very interesting thing, that the curves are getting more and more stiffer. What does that thing mean? It means that when I started my IT career in early 80s, that time it was all about the mainframe and client server, and that technology took long time to mature and stay at the maturity level for a long time, and it is still growing. Whereas the new technologies which are coming up and coming to the maturity at speed. When you talk about this IoT, when you talk about the smart machine, if you talk about the artificial intelligence, you can see that the technologies are coming to its maturity very fast. The adoption is extremely fast in the industry. So what is the implication to the industry? What is the implication to all of us? Implication to all of us that when the new technology hits the market, we need to learn that quickly and apply that quickly to the industry to monetize the benefit. You cannot wait to learn 20 years or 5 years or 10 years. All what we need to do, it is happening today. We need to learn today. We need to apply to the industry today, and that is why the speed is extremely important. So when you talk about the technology trend, let me go a little more technical and talk a little more about the implication to this IT industry. Broadly, the 3 things will happen. One, we will see that all data centers are moving into the cloud. We have all heard here every day the buzz on the cloud, that data centers are moving to the cloud, data is moving into the cloud. So primarily the cloud movement is doing 2 things. It is making the data accessible very easily, and it is making this data cheaper to store. So, there are many other advantages, but let's stay there. When you talk about the software, the change what is happening, that more of a legacy code development is changing. We are moving towards more as a service model, we are moving towards more of a platform-based service model. We are moving to using of more and more artificial intelligence in the application development. The third component what we have mentioned about, that is the data. I think data is something which will generate the huge business in the future, because the data is the foundation of analytics. Data is the foundation of artificial intelligence or machine learning. So that is the new phenomena what it will come up, and I think there are the three broad implications to the infrastructure and the IT landscape. But what happened in the business? When you talk about the business side, I think the business will completely change, and that is the transformation will come in the business with this power of technology. First of all, what we believe that in the future, in today, not only in the future, in today, every business is a software business and every company is a software company. It's a bold statement, but that is true. Today, when we talk about the car, we talk about the automated car, which is all about software. When we talk about the washing machine, we talk about the intelligent washing machine, which will decide that when it needs detergent. So intelligence is coming everywhere, and we see that the more and more companies are moving towards the software as their core competency, core differentiation in their product range. So every business is a software business and every company is a software company. What I believe is that in the technology space, the technology will be for everyone. The mass proliferation will happen for technology. Connect everything. Whatever is possible to connect, it will connect. And I don't know what happened. And intelligence everywhere. And that is talk about what I'm talking about, that whether it is a washing machine or it is car or it is watch, everything is moving towards the intelligence. So let us keep on this broad three themes in the way industry will move tomorrow. So let's talk about the technology everywhere. What does that mean? So start with the smartphone. Today, whatever smartphone we carry in our pocket, that has got 100 times more capacity, power than what was there, what the computing power helped us to send the first man in the moon. So it's the affordability and the accessibility. So NASA's computing power in 1969 compared to that today is 1 million times more powerful is this technology what we have in our pocket. And of course it is much more affordable. So that's the change. If you look at the right side, the graph, I don't know from the distance you'll be able to read that or not, but it's a classical graph where it says that data storage, that how the cost of storage is significantly coming down as with the technology, as the technology is getting more and more mature. So as the cost of data storage is coming down, I can store more and more data at an affordable price point. So what does that thing mean to the, in a real life? What I believe is the smartphone is one of the technology which make technology available to mass. Today in the world, the 4.5 billion people has got access to phone. If you talk about the context of India, there are, in 1.3 billion population, almost 1 billion people has got access to telecom, or, either landline or mobile phone. Is it not amazing that billion people are connected by network today in India? So that is the device for serving the technology to mass. If you talk about the data, the next revolution is happening on data. India is the second large user of data, which is amazing. And it is growing more as, as Digital India vision, all the states and central government is investing more and more to improve the connectivity across the country, across India. So let's talk about the connect everything. What do I mean by that? So if you look at this page, it talks about a platform with 1 billion plus users. And most of these platforms were not there 10 years back. So whether you talk about the Facebook, or you talk about the WhatsApp, or you talk about the YouTube or chat, it is all about 1 billion plus users platform. Let's talk about Aadhaar. Aadhaar is the platform where today 1 billion users are registered. On the right side is talk about the some of the companies, whether it's a transport company, Uber, Talent, LinkedIn, Amazon, or Airbnb. I call them today's leading companies with a disruptive business model. Why? If you look at the world largest transport company, they don't own any vehicle. If you talk about Airbnb, in their business model, that world largest hospitality company, they don't own any hotel. So it's a very disruptive business model. It's a very disruptive business model and powered by technology. And that's why I said that every business is a software business. So when you talk about Airbnb, the whole engine runs on software. So when you talk about the intelligence everywhere, today you will find that whether it is a home or it is the manufacturing, what we see more and more intelligence are injected in every manufacturing process. If you talk about this, it is fueled by IoT, it is fueled by machine learning, fueled by artificial intelligence, but it is possible to start a car, move a car from your watch, or in a house you can monitor everything in the house people wants to monitor with hundreds and thousands of intelligent devices or IoT devices, so that it will be smart house, smart city in the future. If you, when I was showing that graph of the technology waves, in that graph, point number 6 and 7 was IoT and artificial intelligence. Now, the Gartner projects that around 21 billion devices by 2020. 21 billion devices in the globe on IoT, intelligent devices by 2020. Just remember that all these devices will talk. All these devices will collect data. So, and all these devices will be backed by software. So that will create the increase the market of software, and that will define the future. The investment in AI, investment in artificial intelligence is significantly going up in last 5 years, and that is the trend. As the technology is increasing, technology is coming mature, getting more and more mature. VCs are investing on those technologies, and we see that the prediction from the industry analysts like Gartner is telling that that is the future technologies. So, when I bring everything together, whatever I have said, intelligence everywhere, technology for everyone, and connect everything, how is the landscape looks like for IT? So this is the future landscape of IT. Those who are working in the industry for 10, 20 years, for us, maybe when we started, whenever we used to talk about the IT, is very different look and feel than this picture in this slide. We used to talk about mainframe. We used to talk about ERP, manufacturing softwares. We used to talk about the e-commerce. Are they going to go away? They are not going to go away. But the whole lot of software investment will happen, software development and investment will happen in the new. And new is defined by this page where technology, manufacturing, and the physical world will come together closer and create the business value. We talked about the driverless car. Now, driverless car today is a reality. I do not know when it will happen in India, but today it's working in Pittsburgh. There is an autonomous car. It is real in the road. It is happening in Singapore. I am sure that it will be more and more driverless car will come in the market in the future. We see the use of drone, very effective use of drone. We are working on a couple of projects where we're using drone to monitor the pipeline across the desert, the oil pipeline across the deserts. So there are, lots of applications of drone are coming up today. It is possible to deliver pizza using drone. Of course, there may be some other, issues related to the regulatory, but technically it is possible. So I think that technology is coming up, and this will transform the business model of tomorrow. I talked a lot of the artificial intelligence. So let me try to define that what is artificial intelligence and what do we mean by that. I think the simple definition of artificial intelligence is something which should be able to sense the physical environment, it should be able to comprehend the data, it should be able to learn of its own, and then it can act. So these are the 4 fundamental building blocks for artificial intelligence. How can it use? So I think there are lots of use in business and in the society. What I'll do, I'll play a small video. This video is available in YouTube. It's from the Microsoft research. We work with Microsoft as a partner. This is from Microsoft research, but I thought that this video is one of the nice videos which will explain how artificial intelligence can change our life. Can you roll the video, please?
I'm Saqib Sheikh. I lost my sight when I was 7, and shortly after that I went to a school for the blind, and that's where I was introduced to talking computers, and that really opened up a whole new world of opportunities. I joined Microsoft 10 years ago as a software engineer. I love making things which improve people's lives, and one of the things I've always dreamt of since I was at university was this idea of something that could tell you at any moment what's going on around you.
I think it's a man jumping in the air doing a trick on a skateboard.
I teamed up with like-minded engineers to make an app which lets you know who and what is around you. It's based on top of the Microsoft Intelligence APIs, which makes it so much easier to make this kind of thing. The app runs on smartphones, but also on the Pivot Head smart glasses. When you're talking to a bigger group, sometimes you can talk and there's no response, and you think, is everyone listening really well, or are they half asleep? And you never know.
I see 2 faces, 40-year-old man with a beard looking surprised, 20-year-old woman looking happy.
The app can describe the general age and gender of the people around me and what their emotions are, which is incredible. One of the things that's most useful about the app is the ability to read out text.
Hello, good afternoon. Here's your menu.
Great, thank you. I can use the app on my phone to take a picture of the menu, and it's going to guide me on how to take that correct photo.
Move camera to the bottom right and away from the document.
And then it'll recognize the text. Read me the headings.
I see appetizers, salads, paninis, pizzas, pastas.
Years ago, this was science fiction. I never thought it would be something that you could actually do. But artificial intelligence is improving at an ever faster rate, and I'm really excited to see where we can take this. As engineers, we're always standing on the shoulders of giants, building on top of what went before. And in this case, we've taken years of research from Microsoft Research to pull this off.
I think it's a young girl throwing an orange frisbee in the park.
For me, it's about taking that far-off dream and building it one step at a time. I think this is just the beginning.
So this is a small example how technology can change our life. It is all about your imagination, how you want to use technology to disrupt the business for tomorrow. So if I summarize the model for the business context, so it's all a disruption of business will be in the future led by artificial intelligence and IoT. We have to reimagine the business model, the fundamental business model with the power of technology. We have to reimagine the relationship between the man and the machine. How are you going to use that to transform the business? And we need to unlock the power of the data, because all the nice thing what we are talking about, the artificial intelligence or machine learning, it is all packed by the data. So it has to be the right collection of the data, security of the data, and use of the data which will create the difference. So if you go industry by industry, I think if I try to cover that, I think it will take a very long time. So I'm not going to talk about that. Let me talk about the few areas where I'm really passionate about and I feel that this technology can really help. So some of these examples is where we are working, either Accenture is working or we are working with the different companies. So one of the example is iDoc, where fundamentally we are working with the Karnataka government, where we are trying to reach the rural sector in there and trying to reach the healthcare through mobile devices. That means the paramedical professionals will use the mobile devices with the virtual agent. They should be able to treat the mother and the child up to 1,000 days of the newborn baby. With this help of that mobile devices, should be able to guide them what they should do, and in case of a problem they should be able to diagnose and then get the help from the nearest health center if needed. But the point is that the concept is very strong. The concept is that very easy to access medical support to the rural area, and it can be delivered today using the mobile phone. And as the artificial intelligence mature more and more, you can imagine that the whole lot of diagnosis will be possible using that same platform. We have talked about, we know about the FinTech initiative in India. It's completely new way of defining the banking and the payment industry. We see that today use of connected agriculture. Connected agriculture globally, globally we are working for one of the clients where they have a huge piece of land. It's 6 times of the Singapore. That was the mass of the land. And when they do that, for their cultivation, it is humanly impossible to monitor that physically. So we do use the drone effectively to scan that land continuously and decide that which fertilizer to use, and which chemical to use and when to use, and so on and so forth. So that was a very interesting case studies. Near our home, in India, in southern part of India, in Tamil Nadu, in one of the village, we have tried out the similar application for the villagers, where they can go to their land and stand in all the corners of the land and click on the phone, so that immediately with the Google GPS it can measure the size of the land, and you choose that which crop you want to produce, and depending on that it will tell you which fertilizer to use and how much to use, when to use, and so on and so forth. And that system is intelligent. It knows that what is the weather forecast for the year based on the past pattern, and also periodically you take photo of the crop using your phone, and so it can in the back end it process and decides that what kind of insecticides to be used, and so on and so forth. So it's all major applications, big applications, and if we can use that effectively, then I think it will create an impact in our society. Interest of time, I have one more video. I'll skip that, but I'll skip this video. But let me talk about something which is close to this city. In West Bengal, we are working on one of the project called G-Power. G-Power is in short form of girl power. So this is an application where we are using all the new technologies and to control the girl trafficking and helping the girls during their adolescence. So we are working with the cine, and maybe I'll just show that small video how technology can reach people at mass. Can you roll the video, please?
GPA, short for Girl Power, an innovative digital solution jointly developed by Accenture with the Child in Need Institute, CINI, focuses on enabling underprivileged girls make a healthy transition from childhood to a productive adulthood by addressing key issues such as school dropout, early marriage and trafficking. GPower empowers the community facilitators to register beneficiary on the go through a mobile device and electronically capture beneficiary data on key parameters such as education, protection, health and nutrition status. The solution then ensures quick transmission of data to centralized servers using cloud-based technology, and the analytics-based functions process the data to provide insights on potential vulnerabilities of adolescent girls in real time. This enables CINI to proactively intervene immediately, facilitate access to the most relevant services from government flagship programs to mitigate the vulnerabilities and ensure a better future for the underprivileged children. GPower currently works with over 6,000 families in 20 villages of Murshidabad and South 24 Parganas, 2 resource-poor districts of West Bengal, India, and has succeeded in readmitting schoolgirls into formal education, addressing cases of missing children and preventing child marriages.
So as I said in the beginning, tomorrow it is all about the technology for everyone, and technology in IT industry is not for one elite class, is not only for the international business. IT industry, I will see in the future more and more applications of in the IT industry will happen within the country, and it will reach the mass. It is an opportunity in front of all of us as all this new technology come up, all this new technology get matured. It is important for all of you to drive that agenda to transform the society, transform the business model, challenge the existing business model with the power of technology, and drive that with drive that agenda and bring more innovation, create more innovation-led economy. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bhaskar. Very, very interesting session. May I request you to kindly remain on the stage, sir? And I would like to request Mr. Didi Purkayastha, Managing Director and CEO, ABB Private Limited, and Chairman INFOCOM, to kindly come forward and present a memento to Dr. Bhaskar Ghosh. Thank you very much, sir, for that very, very interesting session and for that opening theme session, opening keynote that you gave us. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, dear delegates. And here is Mr. Didi Purkayastha, Managing Director and CEO, ABB Private Limited, and Chairman INFOCOM, presenting a memento. Thank you very much.